What's up, nerds? Own Goal here, bringing you a tournament game against my teammate Czarix, who just finished tied third and fourth for Worlds. So it should be a pretty good high-level game. I'm trying out GC. They're one of the weaker factions, although they got some buffs from the most recent patch. And Czarix is on Walk, which is still, a strong faction. Got some minor updates. So we'll see how it goes. We're on Rift of World's Edge. This is a pretty good map for defensive factions. It's very deep. So you can have some difficulty pushing the points, but on the flip side, there's a lot of good space for you to occupy that's easy to defend. So what we're going to do is use one mobile SE, this Jade Lion, to push up and try to grab points while we secure a strong defensive position, probably like around here. Czarix has 11 units, so he looks to have gone for a reasonably wide build for Walk. They can go tall on like SEs and stuff, or Hell Cannons, or they can go like really wide with like a lot of Marauders and Chaos Warriors. But it looks like he's kind of gone in the middle, so we'll see what he's up to. Probably some mobility. And we're trying out the Celestial Dragon crossbows. These are kind of our build around here. Very powerful, high DPS ranged piece, but also kind of fragile for the cost, particularly if he's got the Lure of Metal Bombardment. We need to be cautious because he can really tear us up with that. Let's actually put them... We'll put both the Dragon crossbows closer to the center of our formation so we can provide good coverage. And then we'll have this bomb, probably actually in front of one of them, in a good position to take out infantry. And then we'll just put the cheap stuff on the sides so that that's what gets flanked. And then we'll just have this gun here in pre-positioned defensive form. Actually, let's do this in the middle. Okay, yeah, this seems fine. And this gun is just a peel. Like, basically, its role is to take out diving units. Just blob it all up in one thing. Hit go. Push up with the formation. Okay, so we've got Metal Caster. So right out the gate, we're going to spread our expensive, easy targets, so he can't bombard them later. He's got Exalted Heroes, one on a Chariot, both on a Chariot. Okay. So we need something to stop those. And the fire from the guns is not going to do the best job of that, but the Righteous Lancers will do that phenomenally. And he doesn't really have a lot of good stuff for the Righteous Lancers, actually. So this is a situation where we will let him come in and then we'll summon them, I think. And we don't want to have, like, no presence on the points. Interesting. Looks like that's on a Manticore. Czarix going for a cheeky bombardment. Oops. Nice job, Czarix. It's good damage on that. And I don't think it's particularly likely that... Oh, there's a Hell Cannon. Fuck. Okay, that makes this more complicated. Because now we have the impetus to push. We'll summon a regular cannon. Yeah, that's okay. Which is not great when you have this like hyper defensive setup. So we'll see if this can get Czarix into diving on us. And then we still want to summon the Righteous Lances do not do that well, to be honest, into the Hell Cannon. So that's like a problem for us for sure. It loves to shoot SEs like that, you see, or expensive individual range units. I think we just have to walk up and take cannon trades. And then this can maybe get a pick over there. Walk that out. And I think we just want a fuck ton of cav now, actually. I'm thinking about it, and the Righteous Lances take too much damage. So I don't think we can afford that. Some charges off over there. Walk these out. Double buff the Jet Lion. Try to get the Jet Lion out. Quick wind. Back it up with spears. We might be able to get some good damage here. Cycle charge out here. See if we can get a rear charge on these Forsaken. And the Chariot's got to be like our big priority here. Debuff. Summon our Metal Caster. Maybe we'll be able to get a Lord Snipe with it. He's kind of kicking our ass with these. This is also a problem. Forsaken can just walk up and kill this. That's a big problem. I'm just going to unsummon these because they're not going to get their value. Perhaps we can get a pick here. Get that out of there. Send those in. Distribute some buffs. Oh. Yes, good. Go, my ranged unit, go. All right, this is our ticket to win. Just need to get his Lord off, resummon our Terror Causer, and we're off to the races. We do need to be a little cognizant of the points here. There's significant risk of losing on that. Okay. We have absolutely stone nothing. To contest his catapult, but that's probably fine. And we'll wait for a little more WOM for a big final trans here. And we'll waddle those out of there. It's funny, we got the Lord Snipe, but we're actually not in great shape here, I think. The Walk has enough high leadership units that he's not like, you know, Czarix didn't hear no bell. Oh, but this might work. Oh. We can't lose this point, that's for sure. We need to keep that shit. Okay, so these are Marauder great weapons. And the spear can finish capping that and chase. We lost the point, so we're in trouble there. And I think we need our SE back in order to take advantage of this leadership lead that we've created. I expect Czarix will resummon his Lord at some point here. But that's still fine to have a Terror Causer in the late game. Although he did just summon Cav, so there might be no Lord forthcoming here. Yeah, he's summoning Cav, so the Lord's not coming back. Unfortunately, those particular Cav are not going to be impacted by the lack of a Lord. But I don't think there's anything we can really do about that, so let's send out the Cav. We need to be a little careful about these Cav engages, I think. And I think it's basically... this is bad, actually. It's got to be Cav from here on out, I think. Yeah, Czarix really giving us a run for our money. Yeah. Just Jade Lancers will trade the best of all of our things. Does he still have the Lord penalty? Huh. Weird. Why does he not have a Lord leadership penalty? I thought we... Maybe the Lord routed off and the penalty expired? Go figure. This thing is just absolutely eating our lunch. Yeah, I think it's just Jade Lancers for days. I don't think we're going to be able to beat the late game power of his Cav. That's a problem. Big problem, big problem. I need to rotate those out. Right in there, go over there. I think we have to wait. Oh, God. This is awkward. One more WOM. We're pretty dead. Pretty dead, pretty dead. We don't have something as strong as the Hellstriders to provide like this late game presence. And his Lord's back. Awkward, awkward. And here we need to summon onto the points, or we just lose on points. Yeah, that's all she wrote. We'll try to get a nice final transcast, but there's not a whole lot we can do here. Yeah. One more cast. And we're dead. Dead. Let's see how much damage the caster got. Rip. GC no good. It can be nice when you're losing to like finish playing the game out and kind of see what value you got on various units. Rip. Let's see how stuff did. So the lion was pretty bad. That was 2 summons. One of the crossbows paid for itself. The other was terrible. Infantry was bad. The caster just absolutely obliterated it. It's very good. And then his Forsaken did pretty well. Yeah, I can see the issue with our build. Like, we don't really have enough... we don't have enough frontline, so it's pretty easy for them to just, like, roll through. I don't think the SE goes with the shooting, probably. You have to, like, either go wide and have enough shooting to, like, critical mass damage them out, or you go more like melee oriented and more cav. But splitting the difference is awkward because they can just like surround and fight the SE. That's good to know. Well, thanks for watching. See y'all later.